Hello, everyone.
My name is Artina McCain,
My name is Martin McCain.
and we are here to help you create your musical identity. This week, we will be talking about what to do with your performance degree. Okay, so we've graduated from a university with a BA or a performance degree in music, and we're wondering what's the next steps? What
Yeah.
should we do now?
I mean, some people might say when you're in school, what are you going to do with that degree?
This is
So,
very true. People say that all the time.
what exactly, what do you do?
And I
Well,
have three of those degrees. Okay.
I do too. And so, if you want to perform, like the best thing to do is perform, and hopefully, especially if you watched our other videos, you have been leading up to this step where you've been getting out there, you've been performing within the community besides your university ensembles, you're making contacts. Now, what do you do with that once you graduate?
Well, there's lots of things. There's one way that's non-traditional. Let's say you've come to school, you get your performance degree. Something that you have learned is discipline because you had to practice, you had to prepare for recitals. You can go be a lawyer now or a doctor. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's not binding you to a specific field, but you do have lots of credentials that other people don't get that don't have music degrees. So I actually had a really good friend of mine was a dentist, and he had a degree in performance in bass. So that's a non-traditional way. We don't want all of you to do that, though, of course. The other thing that you can do, of course, is to use your performance degree and build yourself up as an artist or performing musician. So some of the ways you can do that, especially if you're a pianist, there are church jobs that actually pay really well that I don't think people realize that church musicians make quite a bit.
Yeah.
Think J.S. Bach. He was a church musician, and we're all playing his music still to this day. You can also play in ensembles, and I think you know a little more about how do you get on those lists.
Yeah. Of course, there's like the audition circuit, and there are a lot of times, of course, you want to go for winning the job, and that's a way that you can perform for a living. But also, if you place pretty well in auditions, a lot of times, even like making the final round can put you on sub lists too. And so that's a great way to get a little bit more freelance work. If you are new to a certain area, or if you were a college student and there was a orchestra within your community, or even region orchestras within a 200-mile radius, because you are going to want to drive too when you are a freelance musician. Knowing who's in the orchestra, knowing the principal players of the orchestra, the personnel manager, making those connections is a great way to get on a sub list. And if you can be a part of like three to six regional orchestras, and that don't have the same weekend schedule, it's a great way to make some side money too.
Another thing that people do with performance degrees, BA degrees, or actually really any type of music degree is teach. That's what a lot of us do to supplement our income while we're performing. So if you have achieved any level of proficiency on your instrument and you've gone to school and taken those lessons, you can teach somebody, right? There's somebody out there that's looking for middle C that you can teach. And then there's also the same thing where you can go into schools and teach if you're an instrumentalist or even a vocalist. So teach, build a studio. And we have a whole video about teaching and studio policies that you can watch as well.
Yes.
What about if you want to play more? You want to give more concerts?
If you want to get more concerts, well, one, the people have to find you. If you want to go to a various concert series, usually presenters aren't just picking up anyone off the street, especially if you're doing cold emails. And so, like building your brand is a really important thing. Like, do you have a website? So, are you Googleable? Can they Google your name? And is there any presence that you have online, whether it's videos? Do you have a bio already sketched out? Do you have a press kit? Do you have photos? All those things are important, and that's part of building your brand if you want to be a seasoned performer.
And if you are probably a instrumentalist that plays a string instrument or a pianist, there are lots of competitions while you're in your 20s and early 30s that you can participate in. So maybe even if you're out of school, finding a coach that you can work with to help you to build repertoire or even refine repertoire so that you can take advantage of some competitions that you can do that offer performance opportunities. So those are a few ways that you can get started with that BA or performance degree and really make the most of your musical concert career. So a challenge for this week could be what? Or for these months?
Yeah. Well, one, if you are a orchestra or a band musician, you can go out and seek the principals of various orchestras, or even research orchestras within a 200-mile radius and seek out the principal player and the personnel manager and reach out and play for them.
That's right. And if you are somebody who wants to compete, you can make a list of competitions that you want to compete in the repertoire. If you don't have a coach already, get one and go out and apply for those things. Also, you can make a list of concert series that you would like to perform on and do some research about what type of artists that they present and make sure that your promotional package matches what those presenters want to present. So, best of luck, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.